Okay, to you ladies and gentlemen, we start officially. A good afternoon. Once again, this is Mr. Elisha, as usual, taking you through geography lessons. The way we had agreed that we shall have our debate today about climate, and true, this is the day that we shall have our debate. Last time we talked about vegetation. Remember, our topic is vegetation and climate of Africa. Last time we talked about vegetation, and we gave out different types of vegetation throughout or which are within Africa. Then we again talked about how vegetation is, or the reasons for the disappearance of vegetation in Africa generally. And we looked at different aspects why we are definitely losing our vegetation at a higher rate. But mainly we discover that there are human activities leading to such problems or to the disappearance, according to the points that we mainly gave out. And today we are talking about climate as our main topic. Climate as our main topic, since our topics were, sorry, our topic was a combined topic with two subheadings, that is vegetation and climate. The reason as why they normally combine the two, it's because that the two go hand in hand. For example, with the map that I've projected right now, it is the real map that we had in vegetation, describing the different vegetation types. But again, when it comes to climate, you find that it is the same map that we are seeing. But then on the key, we can see that it talks about the climatic types. There are different climatic types, and whenever you find there is a specific climatic type attracts a specific vegetation type. For example, where you find there is desert vegetation, as I can see, like in the northern parts of Africa, you will definitely discover that we are having what we call desert. Sorry, where there is desert climate, that is in the northern parts of Africa, definitely it will attract what we call desert vegetation. To talk a few, allow me first, as I had already, okay, someone is saying I can't hear you. Let me first receive one of you here. Noreen, can you put up your hand? Noreen? Okay. Noreen?
Yes, please.
Noreen Maria?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Noreen Maria, can you be able to see what I've projected right now?
No,
You are not seeing anything.
no, I'm not seeing.
Okay. That shows something. Anyone who can see a map that I have projected, you can just inform me by show of hands, just by show of hands. Would you be able to see, if you are able to see the map that I'm from projecting right now? Okay, Atlas Maya is able. Let me see people who are able. Or you can just clap hands, you can just put up your hand, or you can just do anything. Father, I just know that you. Okay, people who are not seeing anything that I'm projecting right now. People who are not seeing anything. Uh-huh. Okay. That means let me repeat the process so as all of us can directly see. what I have to project. We all need to be in class. Okay, now whoever is able to see what I've projected, you can just clap hands maybe. Can just clap hands if you're able to see what I've projected right now. Okay. That's enough. That means everything is now in control. So I'm going to allow Norin, your microphone can keep open for anything. You can just be informing me if at all there is maybe a network problem, maybe what I've projected is not seen, maybe the voice is still low. You can just always put up your hand and you talk immediately because your microphone will be open. So I have said that I want to talk about before we start our debate, I will just maybe elaborate a little about what we are going to talk about. I said that whenever we are looking at different types of vegetation, also give us different types of climate. For example, we looked at what we call desert vegetation in the other lesson, that the desert vegetation is found in the northern parts of Africa. As we can see also the map that I'm projecting right now, it is as well it indicates that we are having desert type of climate in the northern parts of Africa, meaning that wherever you find there is let's say a specific type of vegetation, you're finding that there is a relevant type of climate, because climate influences the type of vegetation in an area. Then I now want us to first look at the different types of vegetation, sorry, climate that we do have, plus their extics. I've tried to summarize them here. Try to summarize some of them here. So please, you can just be seeing through. So I've said that before we start, we first see what we call climatic regions. we talked of the desert climate. When we talk of the desert climate, members, we can see on the common extincts that I've been able to list, we are having that the common extincts, one, we are having 18 degrees to 36 degrees. Please. What we have done, all of us, we know it. So please, let's not misbehave. Let's behave. Thank you so much. I know you will positively reply or positively act. Thank you so much. Then we are having that it is in the northwest, north and south of the equator or subtropical HP zone. Or whenever you will want to look for the desert climate, where let's first check in the north and south of the equator. And we all know that equator crosses Africa or divides Africa into two. Then we're having west coast and continental effect. Very little rainfall of below 250 millimeters per annum. We all know that is a very common extinct to all of us that whenever we go to desert climate, little rainfall is received. Whenever rainfall is below 250 millimeters, then we say that rainfall is little. And members, there is the way how I want us to look, how I want you to always observe what we call geographical descriptions. For example, one of you was describing rainfall and said, very small rainfall is received. Members, there are some specific words that we normally use in geography. For example, little rainfall, high amounts of rainfall. We are having low temperatures, high temperatures, but don't tell me that we are having big temperatures. Temperatures cannot be big. Temperatures cannot be heavy. Heavy temperatures, we can as well say that one. Then there is a very large, do you know, temperature range? Whenever we go to the climatic graph or the climatic records for desert climate, you'll find that the temperatures are very high. Commonly in Sahara, Namibia, and Kalahari Desert, they're associated with cold Canary currents and cold Benguela currents. To my fellow boys, I'm trying to hit in your point. So please, you need to be careful. Then we go to what we call equatorial climate. With equatorial climate, this is the tropical climate that we are having as Ugandans and in most parts of Uganda. And that's why we are here and we are very successful in our daily activities because we are having what we call heavy rainfall received throughout the year and is above 1,000 millimeters per annum. Yes, we are having 1,000 millimeters per annum. I think this has, tell us, Maya, if there is any concern, you can maybe ask.
Sir, I was requesting you to first scroll for me the slide up slightly. I was noting down something.
I kindly beg your pardon?
I was saying, I was requesting you to help scroll the slide slightly up.
Up, okay. All right, your request has been received. So, okay, I do think that to some of us who are still writing, we can just be writing. As I also receive some concerns, and remember, as I'm doing all this, so as we can be preparing our points very well, we prepare for debates. Boys, let's prepare. Girls, let's prepare. We are having Araz, any concern?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I would just like to say that at the end of this lesson, if you don't mind, could you send this PDF in the group so that we can note the important things? Usually we end up listening to you and we cannot note such things. So if it's possible, could you send this PDF in the group when you're done with the lesson?
Request accepted.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. All right. Okay. Allow me maybe first checking your messages as you are copying down the message, the notes. I hope there isn't anything big or any concern in the messages. So let me extend down from desert. We directly go to what we call equatorial climate. I'm trying to give you some good time so as we can just be copying down the notes. After we shall a bit watch some video about what we call climatic change. Then we officially start our debate. Okay, we can keep doing the needful. Let's see through. Let's see through. Before maybe I scroll, let's pass this through. And for any question, you can put up your hand, then you ask me, say, teacher, I'm not understanding this one, I'm not understanding the other one, then I explain it more. So we're having, this is called who?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Kati. I want to ask something like the factors that are affecting the climate in East
Oh,
Africa. Because we
factors.
have things like the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. So some kinda.
Okay, and that is our main concern. It is the main objective of our debate. Kate?
Yes.
We shall discuss them as our main objective whenever we start our debates, because after this one, then we shall directly go to what you're telling me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for your concern. Then please, that person with HP, please. That person with HP, try to behave. Then there is Maureen. Also, I think she has a concern. Maureen, any concern? Okay, I'm trying to give you a microphone, but then it's like the network is somehow poor, but anytime you will have to receive. Okay, so we keep observing on our notes. The reason as why I'm doing this, it's because I don't want us to go in the debate. Then after opening our debates, maybe someone may ask you, how does this one affect our climate? Or which type of climate change does it bring? So we are gaining some knowledge on what to do. Okay, then we are having what we call Mediterranean climate, humid tropical continental climate, and others. Okay, Kate asked about one thing, that can I know the factors influencing climate? And that is where our research question comes from. I can see your concerns of people who are putting up the hands. I think Drew Paxey. Drew Paxey.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Yes, please.
So which topic is this?
This is climate and vegetation of Africa.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us, Maya, any concern?
Sir, I wanted to. Can I mention the factors?
Can you do what?
Can I mention the factors affecting the climate of Africa?
The factors.
Yes.
I wish, can I please make you one of the main speakers in the debate? Because that's what I want.
It's okay, sir.
All right, Atala and Norin are going to present girls. Then we shall as well get others. The boys that we shall have Trevor Mile. The name may be somehow confusing. Then we shall as well get who? Okay, I'll be getting you with time. So I'm going to open a video for us all watch. And that is where maybe some of us shall be getting some of the points. Especially boys, you need to determine your side. It is somehow, or it is more sensitive that you need to be more critical when you're answering. So I'm going to open a video. Then from that video, we shall immediately receive the main speakers, which I will read to you after the video. But definitely among girls, we're having Norin and Atala Sumaya. Then with boys, we shall have uh,
Trevor.
let me first see this person putting up his hand. That was Trevor. We shall have Trevor, and I don't know if it is Hector Elijah. So let me first maybe listen from this person with Galaxy A03 core.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon too.
So I came a little bit late. I wanted to ask what the motion is about.
Okay. I think the motion is on in our WhatsApp group. Maybe allow me project it as well. Let me project it as well.
Thank you, teacher. Yes.
Projected right now is our motion, our today's motion. And one of you was asking, can I know what the motion is all about? That is our motion. And I've said that before the motion, we shall first watch the video about climate change. So as we can all gain what we call the knowledge about climate change, then after the video, that's when we shall officially start our debate. I wish you the best as you're watching this video.
Excuse me, teacher.
Excuse us, sir.
Yes, please.
No, we
There
can't
is
hear
nothing
the
in the
video.
Oh, you're not listening to the video?
Yes.
No, we aren't.
Okay. Okay, a bit it has challenged me. I don't know why the sound is failing to be put out. And I'm going to clarify why there is a problem in within. But mainly our video was trying to give us different how different factors influence a specific climate in the area, or the different reasons for climate change in specific regions. Though we were not listening, and of which the man was explaining more to the different aspects of climate. And therefore, the only thing I can do right now is maybe explaining a little bit on what we are going to do, then we immediately start. I had wanted us to use 1 hour, though the video has disappointed us. So I'm going to, among the main speakers, this is what we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen, from both sides. We shall have our a secretary from within us, and in fact, we shall not have a secretary, but we shall have secretaries. That is a boy and a girl who will be noting down our points. Then after we'll have to read the points to us that will have been said by different people or different students. So I'm going to allow me first to write these ones. We are having a task fair. And make sure you're having your network is okay. So as when I do open your microphone, we are able to listen from each other. Noreen? Noreen?
There is.
Noreen, first wait. Are you able to listen from me?
Yes, I'm able.
Okay, keep your microphone open. Then I had wanted to receive Tassi.
As the secretary.
But this one is nameless. Let me first receive this one. Let's pray that network keeps on favoring us. This one is Tassi. Okay, apart from Tassi and Trevor, who are going to be main speakers, can I, members, see any person who can help us be the secretary of our today's motion, our today's topic, our today's debate? Who can help us? We are having Maria Martha.
Yes, please.
You're going to help us note down the points for boys.
Yes,
Are we together?
for the boys.
Okay. Then Drew Pakse. You will tell me your name after.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Can I know your name, please?
Trevor. My name is
You are
Trevor.
Trevor. Okay. Do you want to be the main speaker or the secretary?
Secretary.
Okay. You're going to help us note down the points that will be said by girls.
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, so the two people are enough on the on the post of secretary. Then I'm going to receive. Let me first. I will have to first notice. This is Trevor. Trevor, I've tried to give you the microphone, but I don't know why it is refusing. Trevor, Peli, and Stella Sumaya. Sumaya.
Yes.
Okay, keep your microphone open. I know for you, you're already the main speaker. Then Perry. Perry, I had received you. Why?
For an opening
Perry?
prayer. Yes,
Oh,
teacher.
we didn't say the opening prayer.
Hey! Yes, teacher.
It is a very big concern. Thank you so much. Now, can we give an opening prayer when we are already even finishing the lesson?
We can have it for
We
now.
shall pray for God to forgive us and keep guiding us, right?
No, teacher, for starting the debate.
Okay. Thank you so much for a very good reminder. But may God forgive us and keep at least guiding us in this lesson. So Perry, can you please be among the main debaters?
No, teacher, I have no point.
Okay, then we are having Trevor. Trevor, I've tried very many times to make sure that I receive you. Members having points does not mean that you'll be having very many. No, you can just be having 2 or 1. You explain it very well. Then the people from the audience will add on the points. Or being the main speaker does not mean that you'll be having all the points. This is the PP. Members who put up the hands, I don't think that I refuse to receive you, but then sometimes I try to receive you. The network is the remains the problem. this is the. Think Trevor, I've tried my best to receive you like 100 times. But I do think, is it your network? Hopefully it is your network. Then there is the Ahereza Karen. Ahereza Karen.
People are doing this idea. That's it. People are doing.
This is becoming a bit disturbing. I think it was I don't know if the issue was because we don't have the opening prayer, but may God keep forgiving us. I dearly for sure I had to forget. Isaac, I would like you to help me unmute Trevor. You try to unmute Trevor and Trevor and Drew Paxey. The two people were putting up their hands. Isaac, if at all you can help me.
Trevor is not unmuting.
I do think it's the network. So, okay. So the two people were already having their microphones open. That is Druxy. Okay, Drew Paxey.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
Trevor is now available.
Yes.
So Trevor, you are among the main speakers. That is on
Yes.
boys' side. And
Yes.
you're welcome. Keep the microphone open, please. Then
Thank
we
you.
have the Atala Sumaya among the main speakers representing girls. We are having Norin also representing girls. I need to get another boy now or another girl. Irene?
Excuse me, are we the affirmers or the negators?
I do what?
Are
Irene?
we the affirmers or the negators?
Irene, for girls, you are proposers. You're supporting the motion. Okay, the few people that are open are having the microphones now can at least to help us to move our motion. I do receive you, ladies and gentlemen, once again for our today's geography debate, which we already have here. We are already having it project to all of you. And it says this house believes that human activities within Africa have a more significant impact on the continent's climate change than natural factors. And that means that according to how the motion is, whenever we receive girls who will be telling us about how human activities are leading or are bringing a significant impact on the climate change. But then for boys, we'll be saying, please, they are physical or the natural factors are the ones bringing climate change within Africa. Around me receive now the first person. I do think that Drew, who is our secretary, plus the other girl, another girl for secretary boys is also updated. Allow me now receive the first person, and that is none other than Noreen, as the first speaker from the girls' side, to give us her views. Noreen, you're welcome.
Should I also define? Okay, thank you. But should I also define the other terms in the motion?
Mainly, we need to see climate change and also human activities. Then for boys, we need to see the natural factors and also climate change only.
Yes, please.
And please, you try to increase on your voice. It's like it's still low.
Okay. So now I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So this house believes that human activities within Africa have a more significant impact on the continent's climate change than natural or physical factors. Now, what do we need to understand in the context of this debate? One, we need to understand climate change. Climate change actually looks like the increasing shifts of temperatures, actually climate and weather patterns in different regions in Africa. And this is mostly being caused by human activities, which look like activities like deforestation, agriculture, urbanization, industrialization, mining, and other activities like burning of biomass or fossil fuels. Now, what do we need to understand? Currently, there are a lot of human activities which are being carried out in Africa, and human activities actually influence the change of climate in different areas. Now, why do we say that human activities actually cause a more grave or an actually more terrible effect on the climate change than the natural factors? We say that because one, we need to realize that since there is a lot of urbanization, of course, people are increasing in Africa. And with them increasing in Africa, it means that they will begin to use the fossil fuels like they'll begin to use the fossil fuels like which are carbon based, and the fact that they are carbon based is that they actually emit a greenhouse gas which when released in the atmosphere can actually increase the temperatures of the place and can actually even cause climate change in some areas like Uganda, for example, which could end up having increased floods, increased drought in areas like the northeastern Uganda, and then other areas in Africa which actually bring about more climate change. Now, what is the other thing? We need to look at the fact that what the team negators say, that it is natural factors which are actually causing a more significant impact on the continent's climate change is actually true. But then let's look at the fact that natural factors are actually happening less. I mean, look at how human activities are being carried out more. We need to understand that these natural factors actually delay to come. Look at weathering of rocks, look at volcanic eruption. It is not that they happen every time, but human activities happen in the human's day-to-day life, and we need to understand that they can actually cause an even bigger effect than the natural or physical factors. So with that, I'd like to raise my case. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noreen, for a very good presentation and submission. Really, I've liked your submission. Girls, we can cheer up. We can cheer up with some hand claps. We can cheer up with some hand claps. Girls, we can cheer up. Thank you so much. Even boys are clapping hands for you. Thank you so much, Noreen, for representing our dear girls. I do think that our secretary is noting down all the points. Our secretary is noting down all the points. This time around, allow me receive Trevor. Trevor representing the gents. Trevor, you can unmute yourself. You are a co-host.
Thank you for the opportunity granted to me. This is Trevor from the opposer's side. I rise today to oppose the motion that says human activities, that says this House believes that human activities within Africa have a more significant impact on the continent's climate change than natural physical factors, of which I'm here to oppose the motion by saying that it is not relevant or it is not applicable to say that natural or physical factors have led to the impact or to the significant impact of to the continent's climate change. No, it is a lie. Natural factors these include we have ocean currents, we have ocean currents, then we have wind, we have solar radiation and natural, global, and also volcanic activity. Now, I will start with saying, okay, my first point is, here in Africa, did you know that Africa contributes less than 4% of the global greenhouse gas emission? How does it come? Do you know that our industries are few in Africa? Do you know that we have fewer vehicles than the developed countries? Now, what does it call for? That since our economies are still growing, we cannot afford the industries in our economy, and they are fewer than those developed countries. Meaning, it is not a factor to say that industries in Africa, which are fewer than those developed countries, they have brought a high impact to the climate change. No. But what other factors that have brought this climate change? We have here the geographical factor, which says that we have vast deserts in Africa. For example, the Sahara Desert. It is in nature. It can bring extremely hot conditions that can change this climate of Africa. We also have volcanic activities. These volcanic activities, for example, in East Africa here.
Yes, please.
They can also release vast amounts of gases. These gases include carbon dioxide, we have carbon monoxide, we have methane gas. They are very dangerous and they are greenhouse gases. So you can't tell me that human activities has caused the impact on the continent's climate change. No, it is a great lie. We also have solar radiation, which is also which also releases high temperatures on the temperature cycles. So, with all my submission, I want to say that it is unfair to suggest that Africa's limited human activities We have limited human activities in Africa, but it is unfair to suggest that it overweighs the power of nature in shaping our climate. No, we also have natural disasters, natural factors, as I told you before. So, like for example, this previous speakers said that when we have the issue of urbanization, that is a minor issue. It is minor as compared, for example, to volcanic activities. Can you control volcanic activities? No, you can't. Take a look at China's population of 1.4 billions. Is it less than Africa's population? No. So it is a minor issue to say that urbanization has caused the impact to continent is climate change. I rest my case.
All right. Thank you so much, Trevor, for the best submission with a very good and clear explanation. I will only maybe allow these two people are putting up hands. Maybe they're having concerns with questions. I will just maybe first receive their hand, then before I receive another speaker on in girls' side. So let me maybe receive Araz. As boys, please, as we are cheering up for Trevor, please has represented us very well. Araz?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon too.
As from the audience, I would like to give a point of information. Like Trevor said, our dear friend, that solar radiations cause climate change. But have you realized that solar radiations have increased due to the fact of global warming? As you know, what global warming is the gradual increase in the rise of the Earth's temperature, but it's mainly increased by human activities like urbanization, industrialization, and that global warming has destroyed the ozone layer. Hence, it is the global warming caused by human activities which is making those solar radiations worse. So that's what I wanted to say. Point of information. Thank you.
Allow me practically first clap hands for you. Thank you so much, Araz, for the best question. Please, Trevor, can you defend yourself, or the boys? Any other boy, please, who can defend Trevor can put up his. Trevor, if you can defend yourself, you just open the microphone.
Okay, but I saw almost.
Trevor?
Yes.
Anything? Can you try maybe, because she's saying that when we talk about solar radiations, that they are mainly brought maybe by what? By global warming, and global warming is mainly influenced by human activities. So is it true, or it is maybe irrelevant? Clarify on her information, please.
It is not irrelevant, and it is not true. It is not true. Because when you were to look at the major factors, we have volcanicity.
Yes, please.
And industrialization. Of industrialization and volcanicity, which one can be controlled? Industrialization. Meaning,
Trevor, industrialization cannot be controlled these days because industries are the main factor that are leading to development. And like you can see, as our countries in Africa are the way they are, we are going for development. We are increasing our industries in order to boost our economy. So what you're saying, volcanicity, that rarely happens, but our activities like industrialization are very, very everyday activities, like food companies, mattress companies. You can't stop them. You can't stop any company. So technically, if you search properly, global warming is mainly caused by human activities. So yeah, like eruptions and stuff are not very common. Currently, we are having earthquakes and stuff, but those things are not as common as our day-to-day life activities. Making of mattresses, making of shoes, all of this is now, as the world is increasing, technology is improving. Hence, we cannot stop stuff like industries and stuff.
Thank you so much, Araz. Joshua, can you add on anything? Sorry, Trevor.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
What I is saying, these activities are human, but
Yes.
these natural factors, they cannot be controlled. They exist in nature. If they are rampant, that will lead to a lot of global warming than this industrialization. We have scarce industries in Africa. You cannot tell me that they are the major factors that bring climate change. No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Trevor. I love that, the reality. I love it. And because now she's talking of climate change, global warming vis-a-vis the industrialization or some other economic activities. But I don't know. When we come to industrialization, can't we use maybe we keep our industries, but then we use the best ways that may not affect the environment or our climate, bring the change in the climate, even when industrialization exists? Can we control maybe solar radiations, but we can at least reduce or eradicate on the effects of industrialization? Okay, that's what maybe Trevor was trying to explain. Allow me now receive another person. Definitely, I need a boy maybe having something to say. Definitely has disappeared. Okay. I had received Erina. Jasmine. Jasmine.
Yes.
Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine.
Good afternoon.
Good
Yes.
afternoon. Good afternoon too.
Okay, me, I would love to inform Trevor.
Yes, please.
It's a point of information that as Trevor was speaking, he said that in Africa we have few industries and few cars. But the mere fact that in the developed continents they have industries, but they can manage their industries by maybe generating gases. Okay, like how can I say, like manufacturing other gases like oxygen, nitrogen from their fumes, yeah, using catalytic converters. And us in Africa, our gases from industries are just left to pollute the air. And in Africa, the cars we buy are few, but we buy second-hand cars that pollute the air. That's what makes it human activities. That's what makes human activities contribute more to the climate change of Africa than the natural occurrences. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, for your submission. Even boys are clapping hands for you. I love the submission. We can please cheer up, girls, when a girl gives out a good presentation. Please, let's always cheer up, as well as boys. Let's always cheer up. There is maybe Huggy. Huggy also has a concern. I don't know which point. Yes, Huggy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I would like to say, sir,
Yes,
I'm still
please.
here. I would like to,
May I know your name, please?
it's a, my
Your
name is
name?
Josiah.
Fair?
Josiah.
Oh, hey,
Josiah.
okay. Yes.
So I would like to inform that I have a POI. There was a speaker who spoke before Jasmine. There was a girl who spoke before Jasmine. I don't remember her name.
Araz.
Yes. She came and then she said that industries are one of the major contributions to economic development in Africa. But I would like to ask her a question. How long have we had natural
The moment I get it.
natural processes? For example, like activities. How long have those things been in place? We're not complaining about climate change those days, because those things have always been there. How come it's a problem this time? It means that it's the human activities that are taking place that are actually causing concern. Because much as much as yes, it is true, the natural currencies contribute, but the human activities are the ones that contribute the most, since we are not complaining about climate change back in the day, but why is it a concern right now? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josiah, for your information. And I do think he's now supporting goals that the human activities are the one making or bringing the climate change. Uh, I do think Trevor is still putting up his hand. Let me maybe listen from Trevor.
Yes, sir.
Any other addition before I close the session so as we can get to another main speaker?
Okay, so let's continue. Let me first organize my question. I have it, but let me first organize it.
Okay. Thank you so much for really defending the boys. Allow me this time around, which here uppers will receive another speaker from the girls' side, and that is none other than Atala Sumaya. Atala Sumaya, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I begin.
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Now speak again in 3, 2, 1. Protocol observed, this house believes that human activities within Africa have a more significant impact on the continent's climate change than natural or physical factors. My first point is, since we have factors affecting the climate of Africa, this is seen where these factors can affect the climate of Africa, whereby it can also, in temperatures, for example, the factors like altitude, since altitude refers to the height above sea level, and areas at low altitude experience hot or warm temperatures, and areas at high altitude experience cool temperatures. Temperatures decrease within increase in altitude at an average rate of 0.65 degrees Celsius for every 100 meter of ascent lapse rate. The highland areas such as the Atlas, Mountain, Ethiopian highland, therefore, have lower temperatures than the surrounding areas. Coastal areas have high temperature due to the low altitude. This is seen where experiencing warm temperatures, like in an area when the sun is overhead the equator. There's the way the temperature can change in the area, whereby it can become hot. And my second point is influence of latitude and position of the overhead sun. Africa largely lies within the tropical latitudes. Its climate is therefore affected by the apparent movement of the sun north and south of the equator. This movement of the sun between the tropics causes seasonal changes or variations, e.g. rainfall patterns, wet or rainy season, and hot or dry season. When the sun is overhead, in March and September, greatest isolation or heating occurs and leads to creation or formation of low pressure belt that forces winds to converge at this zone, resulting into the formation of rainfall when the overhead sun is in the northern hemisphere. In the Tropic of Cancer in the month of May to September, the ITCZ shift to the north and heavy rains are experienced in the region, while the southern hemisphere experiences dry conditions. During the month of November to April, the sun is overhead in the Tropic of Capricorn, and the reverse is true. The equatorial region experiences rainfall throughout the year, coinciding with the overhead sun. That's my guess.
Thank you so much, Sumaya.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Before another before Trevor, please. I know you're having a very good concern. Can we clap hands for Sumaya?
Yes.
Okay, I love Smaya. Smaya has tried at least to support our boys. And and I don't know. I don't know. Trevor, what is your concern?
No, I just wanted to appreciate the girl, maybe to convince the others to come on our side.
Okay, thank you so much, Smaya. She has given out very good points. I do think that members, you're noting them down about her points were very good, but then on the boys' side, all the points were natural factors bringing the climate change of the area. Thank you so much, Smaya. Thank you so much. Let me maybe receive Adrian. If Adrian, you have any concern, there is Adrian and our secretary. Yes, Adrian. Adrian?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Hmm. Okay. Maybe our secretary to be having any concern because we selected her as our secretary, that is Maria Martha. If at all there is a concern, you can tell us.
Yes, I was requesting the previous speaker if she could kindly repeat her points, just in a brief summary.
That is Smaya Atala, right?
Yes, if she could please repeat her points.
Okay, Smaya, you can briefly repeat your points so as the secretary can note them down.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
But you said the girls are noting for boys.
Girls are noting for boys, then boys are noting for girls.
Yes.
So please, I expect the Drew Paxay to have maybe if we find that you should please note down the points, all of them. Then after we shall judge if that point belongs to this side or to the other side. Hope you are noting down everything, Druxy. Drew Paxay, please can you talk to us if at all you can open, you can unmute yourself, you're a host. Let me help you. Brooks, are you noting down everything?
Yes, but I'd like to. May Sumaya please repeat her points? Like to summarize them.
Okay, Sumaya, you can just repeat them in a summary form.
Areas at low altitude experience hot or warm temperatures.
So she has talked of the altitude.
Can she go slower? Because she's going very fast.
Hey.
Yes.
All right, Sumaya, you can do the needful as all of us, the way we should be noting down, all of us, because sometimes you may find the secretary jumps your points, yet your points were listed. So Sumaya, please, you can help our secretary to note down our points or your points.
Areas at low altitude experiences hot or warm temperatures.
Then another one.
The highland areas, such as the Atlas, Drakensberg Mountain.
So in summary, the point is about the altitude, whereby we have the lowlands and the highlands, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then another point was about what?
Coastal areas have high temperature. Temperature of coastal areas.
Okay. Then we talk about the coastal areas. Temperatures. You can explain. Then you get the summary form.
Okay. I explain it.
Yes, please.
Coastal areas have a high temperature due to the low altitude, and this is seen where low altitudes experience high temperatures, while higher altitudes experience low temperatures.
Okay. I do think that our secretary, you're noting down. Were they two only?
Even influence of altitude and position of the overhead sun.
Okay, very good. Secretary, girls, are you listening? Are you listening?
Yes, we are listening. Influence of.
Okay. So, okay, that's all with her points. And I love her presentation. She was very brief and clear. And she was able to give us more information about her points. Irina, if at all there is any concern, you can talk to us.
Thank you, sir. So for me, I just want to begin by maybe I think giving a point of correction. Those points that Maya has been giving, those are like factors that affect climate of an area. For us here, we're looking at climate change, which is just like a long-term shift in global or regional climatic patterns. That means that those points don't even support the boys, because even the boys came and talked about ocean currents and winds. Those ones don't lead to climate change, just affect the climate of a particular area. And then okay, in this resolution, it states that this house believes that human activities within Africa have a more significant impact on the continent's climate change than natural or physical factors. When you look at this thing which says that have a more significant impact, that means that has a more considerable or larger impact on the climate change. So we look at it whereby the boys come and tell us about things such as volcanicity, solar radiations. We have to understand that, okay, solar radiations have an impact on climate change, but you must understand due to the presence of the human activities, these solar radiations are increasing. So it brings to our notice that human activities are the ones which have a considerable or larger impact on climate change. And also, for the part where they came and talked about volcanicity, they must understand that volcanicity is not an everyday thing. It is once in a long while thing. So their point does not stand and their case holds no water. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Irina, for a very good interpretation of our points that we're giving out. Members, I do know that by the end of this debate, we shall all understand on what to talk or what to say or what we should talk about. Trevor, can you give out your concern?
Okay, if you are saying that it is that, like, for example, volcanicity is once in a while, what about the vast desert areas in Africa? You look at the space it consumes, because it is also a major factor. Because first, in desert areas, there are little or no rainfall. We have less vegetation. We have less forests there that can trap that greenhouse gas. How it is not relevant to say that, okay, you wouldn't have said that volcanicity or any other or ocean currents, they are the major factors. No. Look at also this geographical factor of the deserts. We have large deserts in Africa. Look at the space they consume. They take a lot of space and you can't control. Can you irrigate the desert? No. It is just natural. And this human activity.
We want to see at this extent that we have been having, for example, this side, as I'm now in the central, that we have been receiving rainfall. Let's say every year the rainfall has been okay. We are receiving rainfall throughout the year. But then time comes, you find we are having long periods minus having rainfall totals. That means there is a change in climate. So we need to see what causes that? Could it be the natural factors or their human activities? So it is what we need to see, a change in maybe the climate. We have been having this type of climate, but then now we are thinking that everything is changing over time.
Okay, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
In outside countries, those outside countries, the temperature is very low. But in our African continent, the temperatures are very high. The reason is these outside countries, they have winters. And for us, we only have summers. I think this one is caused due to, is it revolution of the earth? And
okay,
also,
the African revolution.
And it is also majorly caused, the summers are majorly caused due to the deserts in Africa. We don't, okay, there are few deserts in outside, in abroad countries. There are few. That's why they have winters.
So
yes,
that means
that's
that one bringing an influence. Okay, let me first receive maybe Araz once again. Araz once again for any concern. Araz?
Yeah, I wanted to say, Trevor, my dear friend, not all outside countries have winters. Look at Dubai. Look at Dubai. It's a very hot country, but they manage their climate by using a machine which produces rainfall. So you cannot say that deserts cause climate change, because in countries like Dubai, it's mainly like hot. They're very hot. So they use machines which produce rainfall. So I do not, your point is not accepted. And as you're saying about seasons, even in London, in America, they have their seasons. If you have learned physics, there is winter, spring, summer. They also have summer. Even in countries like Japan, it's not that they're always cold. They have their their seasons. There is winter, autumn, summer, there is spring, there is autumn, all of those. So they don't only have winter. But for us, we experience rainfall and summer, because we're within the tropics. Yeah, we don't receive snow and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Araz, let me first ask Araz.
Yes.
Oh, master.
First way to Trevor. Araz, we are seeing this condition that Africa, before the past years, we could receive rainfall seasonally. You know that this is a wet season, then this is a dry season. But this time around, you find that instead of July being in dry season, then there is rain. Then when it comes to the other time when we are supposed to be growing, then you finding a drought is coming in, or sometimes we receive very little rainfall. So what could be the problems for that? Or what could be the causes? Sorry.
The cause of that mainly, the main cause of climate change currently is global warming. That's what I wanted to say. And I was a bit confused on how he was saying that that deserts cause climate change. That was what was confusing me in his point.
Okay, definitely there I also said no.
Yes.
So what causes global warming? It is the exact thing that we want now.
That's what I'm saying. Global warming has mainly increased due to the act of, like, due to human activities like vehicle emissions, deforestations, which we cut down to build factories and stuff. Like mainly due to human activities, deforestation, vehicle emission, construction, because mining. Because when you mine, you dig more deeper, gases emit like carbon monoxide and stuff like that.
Thank you so much, Araz. Allow me also receive Dr. Farida Peace. For also maybe you can mute.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity granted to me. For me, I would not like to enter into the argument, but I have one point which is burning me, which I know it's the main cause of climate change.
You can give
This
us.
human activity is burning fossil fuels. Burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas releases carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This contributes to global warming and climate change. How does this happen? Fossil fuels extraction. Fossil fuels are extracted from the earth. Remember, these fossil fuels are extracted every day, and then, because what I know, these outside people are coming to our country day and then to come and extract these fossil fuels, hence raising the temperature through increased carbon dioxide. Also, it comes due to atmospheric accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, trapping heat and contributing to global warming. And the effect of this is rising temperatures. Increased carbon dioxide levels lead to rising temperatures. Also, this can lead to the effect of extreme weather events. Climate change contributes to more frequent and droughts.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Farida, for your submission. And she's totally insisting on these burning fuels. Reason being, okay, I do think, ideally, allow me first ask this question to one of you. Why do you think the government is insisting to remove vehicles which are using petrol and bringing these vehicles which use electricity? What can be the main concern in terms of our environment? In terms of environment, Jasmine.
Okay, the reason as to why I think they are trying to eliminate these vehicles that burn fuel in order for them to work is because these vehicles, even the government knows that they import second-hand vehicles, of which these vehicles emit very dangerous gases that keep on polluting the environment and causing diseases to people like lung cancer and such. So even them, they are trying to regulate on the gases emitted into the environment in order to purify the environment and prevent the climate change in Africa. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, Trevor.
Okay, on that issue, the government is to eliminate these vehicles because they know that it is minor, therefore they can control it. But when you were to look at the factors, the natural factors, like desertification, it is not easy to control it, but you can at least eliminate these vehicles. Meaning, for example, the previous, this Honorable Frida Peace has said that we have burning of fuel and it is emitting carbon dioxide to the environment. Look at the developed countries like America. They produce nuclear, but doesn't it emit dangerous fumes? It emits. But why is it that they have low temperatures than Africa? It is due to the natural factors in Africa. What do I mean? That Africa, its natural factors give a great impact to the climate change. Like I'm sticking on this point of desertification. Having a vast land in Africa, we have deserts. We have most of deserts in Africa. But we see that we have high temperatures. Why? It is due to less vegetation that can that can absorb that dangerous gas. Meaning, Africa, due to that, Africa is continuously receiving high temperatures, hence leading to climate change in Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Trevor. But I want us to understand this before we may, if we will get a step forward. I need someone to tell us, how do you understand global warming vis-a-vis climate change? Global warming vis-a-vis climate change. How do you understand the two? How can we talk about that too? Global warming vis-a-vis climate change. Who can try? Who can try? Eruna can try, I think. I need you to see. Global warming and climate change, are they different?
Sir, according to me, global warming and climate change are two different terms. We must understand that, okay, global warming, you're just talking about temperatures all over the world increasing, whereby originally, let's say like in Uganda, the temperatures were around maybe like 37 degrees. And you find it from nowhere, it is about 40 degrees. But you must understand that global warming, that increase in temperature, can lead to climate change. Because if we look at deeply climate change, this is just like a shift in the global original climatic patterns. Okay, first, I also want to correct our friend who has been looking at maybe something to do with maybe vast areas having like deserts. Okay, for them, that is their climate. That's how it's supposed to be. But assuming you find that in the deserts, it is raining. Now that is the shift in the climate of that area. That's when you term it as climate change. So climate change is just maybe like shifting. Maybe in Uganda, you've been receiving maybe like only rain season and wet season. You find us receiving winter and summer. Now that's climate change. But global warming, just temperatures go higher than normal. That's it.
So if some hears or a point to not bring in an element of global warming, and you say that global warming is mainly about temperatures, then when you look at the aspects of climate, temperature comes in. Okay, mainly what I want us to talk about is not basing on global warming only, but also to see on other factors that do bring or come with what we call climate change. There is also Lynn with a concern. Lynn?
Teacher, okay, I believe that the human activities have a greater impact on climate change because these natural processes have already been there and the climate was there. But then due to these human activities, it has gone on altering because they're the ones that alter these natural processes, hence intensifying the climate change.
Thank you so much. Okay, can I get any other boy, any boy apart from Trevor to give us any word of concern about our motion? You maybe want, maybe you want to ask, maybe you have something to put to give us. Maybe you want to defend the previous speaker. A boy? Yeah, abasajja muli biki? Josiah. Boys? Okay, allow me to thank everyone that has participated in in our debate. I do know that maybe we may be having a lot to talk about, but definitely I had to give you the motion directly. Even some other people are saying, even we don't know what we are talking about. I've been thinking within the messages, and definitely, ideally, I wanted you to analyze because you're going to be given different scenarios. And it's all about you to analyze the scenarios. Then after analyzing the scenarios, you give us the relevant answers. Maybe allow me receive Arit. Arit, I don't know why the microphone. Arit, if there is any word of concern, please don't fear. The microphone is free for you.
I have some more points.
Yes, please, more points.
The magnitude of emissions. Human activities relieve massive amounts of greenhouse gases compared to natural sources. Also, the rate of emissions. We find out that human activities happen like every day. Eruptions, like for example, Mount Elgon, which erupted like something like 20 years ago, cannot affect our climate that much because it happens once in a while and human activities happen like every day. Then also human activities amplify these natural factors. For example, we see that human activities of deforestation, bush burning, they lead to solar radiations whereby they destroy the ozone layer and stuff like that, whereby global warming will take place and global warming affects the climate change.
Thank you so much, Arit, for the good and the best submission. Maybe allow me also receive before I maybe open or to give out what I want to say. Allow me receive also Atala Sumaya.
To add on what she said.
Oh, Atala Sumaya, there is a gent besides you?
Yes, I'm half
okay. So are you supporting girls or boys?
I'm on girls.
Okay, it's okay. Can you give me the points? What you need are the points and understanding.
To add on what she said, according to me, I agree that human activities is the main impact, is the main cause of climate change. Cause yeah, definitely the natural activities, they have been there, but now let me say, like, if it is the vegetation cover in DRC, the equatorial rainforests, but of course for that climate to remain there, it is now the human activities which is lumbering, which is now basing on the current research, the equatorial rainforest in DRC, it's now like the area it covered before is now reducing. So I believe that human activities is the main cause.
Okay, thank you so much, a neighbor to Atala Sumaya, for your submission. Though you are leaving us boys behind, I don't know why. Okay, so as I'm going to maybe let the secretaries, the two secretaries, prepare their what they have put down in only 4 minutes. We are giving them 4 minutes of preparation. Then they read. They give us what they have written. Then after I also give out what I have for you. Thank you. 4 minutes for preparation. All right, to secretaries, I'm starting with the secretary for boys. Secretary for boys, and that is none other than Drex. Maria, any concern?
Teacher, I am the secretary for the boys.
Okay, you can tell us.
They were the opposers.
Yes.
The first speaker
Yes.
talked about natural factors
And
such as ocean currents, wind, solar activity, and radiation. And he told us that Africa contributes most to the world's global warming, yet we have few vehicles and industries compared to other countries. And some of the activities, for example, volcanic eruption that releases toxic gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, these are as well greenhouse gases, help all contribute to global warming, which similarly leads to climate change. Then he also talked about solar radiation and activity, which releases high temperatures, which is one of the descriptions of global warming. And after that, I don't think there was any other speaker. I was just picking points. For example, when they talked about desert areas having low vegetation, that contributes to to desertification. Someone talked about factors such as altitude and latitude, and even someone talked about the influence of latitude, the lines of latitude, where different, I think, was trying to talk about where different regions fall. That's why different places that are crossed by different lines have different vegetation and climate. I think that was what they was trying to bring out. Yes, that was it.
Thank you so much, our secretary, our dear secretary, Maria Martha. Though I'm seeing, Trevor, what is it?
But I also talked about the evolution of the earth.
Okay, revolution of the earth. Okay. In fact, I've also noted it down here. Okay, point added. Thank you so much, our dear secretary, for the very good observations. Allow me also receive the secretary for being must is still putting up there. Let me first receive secretary for girls. On girls' side, please. You've been noting them very well. So please, that is who? Can you put up your hand? Oh, you were not made a co-host. Okay, could you please? You'll receive you.
Yes, sir. So the girls were the proposers, and the first speaker, who was Honorable Noeline Maria, she talked about how physical factors can cause more dangers than natural factors. How physical factors can cause more dangers than natural factors. Then how fossil fuels can cause climate change through greenhouse emission. Then I had Honorable Araz was giving a point of information, and she said that solar radiation, which is caused by global warming, hence destroying the ozone layer, which is mainly caused by human activities. Then I also had Honorable Jasmine, who was talking also about, she was also giving a point of information, saying that in the Western world, industries have made converters which can purify air, while in Africa, they have machines which pollute more and emit bad gases that lead to global warming. Then Honorable Sumaya she talked about areas that are on a low altitude experience hot or warm temperatures. Then coastal areas, due to a low altitude, experience higher temperatures. Yes, then Honorable Irina, who came in for the point of correction, saying that the factors that affect climate in an area are not the same as the climate change. So that's what I noted down. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That is our secretary. Drone, you can keep your microphone open because I have to ask you something here. You can keep it open, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I had the Honorable Nolan telling us about urbanization, and I've not heard any point about urbanization. Is it true? Norin Maria?
Yes. She talked about urbanization.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So, what do you every day?
Yeah.
Then again, Farida gave us a point. That was from the audience.
Oh, I never heard from Farida. Sorry.
Farida, please, can you confirm your point?
I talked about burning fossil fuels.
Burning. Okay. Hope that one is noted as well. Any other point that was left out to the side of girls?
The extraction of fossil fuels or minerals.
Extraction of
Minerals.
minerals. Good.
Yeah.
Then another question comes now. Okay, let me leave it at that. So, to ladies and gentlemen, allow me first to thank the following that have contributed much on our today's motion. Though I expected the boys to come up and at least they train themselves as boys, but they left every luggage to Trevor. Trevor, who tried at least to give out some of the more points. So allow me thank in a special way, I thank Trevor for the great and the greatest contribution towards the building of this motion. So we can, boys, we can clap hands for him, please. And girls, we can clap hands for him, please. Okay. He ate ali mkwe kubilingalo yeka. All right, all right. Okay. Noreen, she's also clapping hands for you. Then to the side of girls members, allow me first thank Noreen and Sumaya, who were the main speakers, but in a good way, allow me thank Araz. Araz was from the audience, but then she was able to defend more about to defend girls more in a very good way. Plus, Erina on the side of girls, she was a very good defender for very many points, and she was able to give us a very good explanation about our motion. Then, as well as the Josiah. Josiah came in, but then again he had to run out from our side. Plus that neighbor of Sumaya. So they had to run out from our side. They had to defend the girls. So, okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And briefly to our motion, what I expected is, if we are talking about climate change, okay, generally, I expected this one. Allow me first, maybe try to project some information here. Okay, we are having factors influencing I want you to differentiate the two. We're having the factors influencing. We as well have the reasons which are bringing climate change. But then, how do we differentiate the two? I started by saying climate is the average weather of a place based on data recorded over a 30-year period. We start from 30 years and above. Then we are saying latitude. These are among the physical factors or the natural factors that are influencing climate. One, we're having latitude. This is how far north, and I think this one was well explained by Sumaya. Sumaya was able to stand for boys, and then Josiah again stood for girls. So we say latitude, this is how far north or south a place is from the equator. We all know that areas near the equator receive a specific type of climate. Who can give me, by show of hands, the specific type of climate received by areas near the equator? By show of hands. By show of hands. Yes, Trevor.
It is equatorial climate.
The equatorial climate. So they are receiving a specific type of climate. That means that is an influencing factor as why those areas receive the equatorial type of climate, because they are near the equator. What if the area is far away from the equator? It means maybe it will experience any other type of climate. Then let's talk about altitude. I've said that altitude is the height above the sea level. The higher a place is, the colder and wetter it will be. So the way you go to higher, okay, in a higher, or the moment you move to a higher level, the colder it becomes. And again, when you slope down, then you find you're experiencing some wet conditions. How can we relate that with the climate change? Those are the factors affecting. Now we are looking at the affecting factors. Then distance from the sea. Places that are influenced by sea temperatures have a maritime climate. We say wet with a small temperature range. Places inland that are not influenced by sea temperatures have a continental climate. Then dry with a large temperature range. Okay, when I talk about the distance from the sea, of course, we do know that areas which are near the sea will definitely receive rainfall, and that is, when we say rainfall, that is one of the aspects of climate. But then areas far away the sea will not receive that bigger amount of rainfall. Then we have prevailing winds. Someone was able to give out a point of winds, or about wind, but though did not explain it very well. To the boys were able to give out their points, but then most of their points were left hanging, were not more explained. So we said the most frequent winds affecting the area, that they influence temperature and the precipitation. That's why they tell you that when you go to desert areas, during the day, those areas are very hot. But when it comes at night, those areas are very cold. Reason being, when it comes at night, they receive what we call cold winds. The so-called winds, which would have brought rainfall, but then they come when they are empty. So you find that the winds are very cold when it comes at night. We said sea winds bring precipitation, whereas land winds bring what we call dry weather polar winds. Bring what? Dry weather. Then polar winds bring what we call cold weather. Tropical winds bring warm or wet weather and precipitation. Then we talk about what we call ocean currents. among others. Let me come to the main point now. Members, when we talk about the climate change that we are talking about today in our motion, I wanted us to give these points. One, if the area has been experiencing equatorial type of climate, okay, let me not even say equatorial type of climate. If the area has been receiving rainfall throughout the year in like it is having like 2 seasons in a year, but then time comes and you find the second season is no longer there. We rather receive dry conditions. So we need to see at what are those factors bringing such changes. And one of them were among the human factors or the human activities. Among the human activities, someone mentioned what we call burning fuels. And when we talk about the burning fuels, of course, we shall see on fumes and what, which go to the atmosphere. And when they reach in atmosphere, they create what we call the other ozone layer and what. So they distract what we call formation of rainfall in such areas. Then you find that with time, then the climate of such area will change. Again, when you talk about other practices like deforestation, whenever there is deforestation in an area or in a region, when I talk about deforestation, then it is the massive cutting of trees or vegetation. You will find that with time, those areas, if they have been receiving rainfall throughout the year, this time around, they are not receiving rainfall. That means there has been a change in climate. Hope we are all getting. Let me go maybe to the natural factors a bit. Among the natural factors that I have received here, let me check in your papers where I was writing them. Among the natural factors, I received the ocean currents. Okay. Someone gave us ocean currents, but then was unable to maybe to phrase the point very well, according to how our motion was. When it comes to ocean currents, we say ocean currents are the major natural drivers of climate change by distributing heat around the globe. Changes in these currents can lead to shifts in regional climate. For example, I don't know. This one may be affecting the country, sorry, the world, not in Africa. Okay, so when it comes to what we call ocean currents, you'll find that in some areas, when the currents come, they are things that they change what we call climate in the climate of the region. Currents may come when they are hot, the ocean currents. Then in that area, you find that there is a change in their climate. And when they come, when they are wet, you find with time there is a change in the climate. Then another one was someone like Aras? Was it Aras Erina? Who was trying to explain about solar radiations, which was given out by Sumaya. Solar radiations, we know that it is the primary source of energy for the Earth. That is the sun, the primary source of energy for the Earth's climatic system. That is what we call the sun. Then we need to see how it radiates or how it affects our climate. Allow me first again listen from Sumaya's. Sumaya? Sumaya. I need to see your submission. The one that you're talking about, your submission about, I tried to write your submission, but I need to relate your submission plus what I had summarized here. Sumaya Atala, about solar radiation. You can maybe unmute yourself. Sumaya?
Yes. But
I need to. I want to again listen your submission about solar radiations before I also give the submission.
So I didn't say anything about solar radiation.
Sorry. So what you are not the one who said about solar radiations. You said who gave out to the point of solar radiation? Was it Trevor? Was it Trevor? Trevor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I tried to note about solar radiations, but then could you please again explain or give out your submission? Because I remember you had given out some good explanation about it.
For me, I said we have changing solar radiation. We have solar radiation. This is changing. This is the change in the temperature cycles of the Earth. Then I said that this can lead to a long-term impact. That is, this can lead to a long-term impact on climate change, leading to increase the temperatures on the ground.
Okay, we all know that the sun remains in one position. It does not rotate, but then the Earth rotates around the sun. So maybe if you're trying to say that it brings changes in seasons, because when the sun is away the Earth is away from the sun, then this side will be in another season. Is it what you're trying to mean?
Yeah.
Okay, relatively to that.
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. About solar radiation. Shoma is
You must
to
not get
bring it out, failing to give it out very well. About to, we know that there is Trevor?
Yes, sir.
Are you now getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, I'm trying to summarize on this. I've said that whenever you see about solar radiation, we know that the sun remains in one position and is a source of energy. Then the earth rotates, there is revolution of the earth around the sun. So that one brings changes in the climate.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said before.
As you had said before, because I remember I had written your point somehow to be a valid one. That's why I was looking for it. I thought it was said by Smaya. Okay, generally, allow me thank everyone that has participated in today's lesson. Generally, I'd wanted to see our different how we can participate differently in our positions, or how best we can also give our submissions. Since this is new curriculum members, whenever you're given a scenario, you need to observe it very well before you answer or before you give out any submission. observe the scenario very well, and that's why I had to bring this motion indirectly and confusing, so as we can all try to analyze it and give out our submissions. Most especially, allow me thank those that have led this debate, and really they have been more active, more active, and being supported by Trevor, who is a boy. On side of boys, I think I received only like 3 boys. Plus our secretary, please, who was able to note down our points. I thank everyone, members, and maybe I receive one person with the last word. It can be a comment, it can be what, or what we should look at next. But then the next lesson we shall look at, we shall mainly look at map work. We can maybe receive any other, the last person with a word, then another person will give us a closing prayer. Okay, Trevor.
Okay, Master, I thank you for this wonderful lesson. And I think if we could be handling it like that, it will be better.
All right. Thank you so much, Trevor, for your submission. Let me receive, Irene, you're going to give us a word again, a closing prayer. There are 2 things. We have given them to you. Irene?
Teacher, I want to pray.
Okay, a prayer.
Yes.
Very good.
So, Lord Jesus, thank you for this moment, and thank you for a wonderful day. And for the point some of us we didn't understand, we pray that Lord let us be able to understand them next time. We pray that Lord give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Irene, and allow me wish everyone that has attended this lesson goodbye. We meet in the next lesson. Okay, thank you so much, Bridget, for appreciating.